What's up, guys? It's John with National Sports Entertainment, and I wanted to go into tonight's Heat Nuggets game. I know in my last video, I kind of went over that I thought the Heat were going to win this game, but obviously anything can change. So we're actually, obviously having the Heat at this point. Not many people did, so I feel happy that we got them. And we're not doing great in the finals. Obviously, nobody wants to be down 3-1. But as far as individual games, we're 2 for 2. We're 2 out of 4, 2 and 2. And I think we go 3 and 2 tonight because I like tonight's pick. The entire world, it seems like, including the parents of these players, seem to be fading Miami. And Miami is going to win, in my opinion. I think the 5-1 or 4-1 in Denver is just too predictable. I think B, making this 2-3, 3-2, whatever, going back to Miami is way more interesting, especially when you think of the number 2-3-3-2. And just in general, the story's not over. So, yeah, Miami, I think they win tonight. I think they forced that game 6, and I've been going into them and how they're underdogs, and they've been pitching them as underdogs the entire playoffs, and every story's become more and more impressive, right? Yeah, you beat Milwaukee in 5. It's hard to get much more impressive than that. And then they played the Knicks, so there's not much you can do there. You're playing an average team, but they beat them in 6. Then they go up 3-0 in Boston, and then they drop the 3-0, and then they take a Game 7 in Boston. All things that are very impressive. So what have the Heat have not done is come back when they're down. That's the only thing they've yet to do in this series or in this playoffs. That's why them being down doesn't have me like it has a lot of other people. I'm not saying, we're 100% right. I'm Nostradamus, any of that stuff. Actually, Nostradamus was very overrated. Some very vague predictions. George Carlin was way better. But my point is, I'm not saying there's no way on God's green earth that can't happen. But I genuinely, firmly believe the Heat are going to win and make it a 3-2. And now what do we have? Now we have them forcing a Game 7 at home, which isn't that, much of a reach, in my opinion. They haven't won a home game against Denver yet, so I think they would get that done. So, to me, that sequence makes much more sense. Heat win tonight, and then they're going to go back to Miami. So, obviously, I have them covering. You can be safe and just play the cover. That's fine. I'm doing the money line. I think they're going to win. What's weird is my book is offering plus 280, but it's the same spread. So I'm curious. It's like 280 and like 360 versus not 310 and 400. So I don't know. I don't know if your guys' book is kind of under-inflating your Heat numbers, but it should be 3-1. But it's weird that mine was 280. But it kind of makes me like them more, to be honest. But yeah, it's nothing too fancy. Jimmy Butler's progressively been getting more points in these games. So I expect him to go over 30 tonight. I expect the Caleb Martins to go nuts, probably put up 20 points. And we predicted it too, like on the nose last time. We said Murray was going to go 5 for 15 and score 15 points. The only difference was he scored 15 points on 5 of 17. So that was a very accurate call. I think it's because I just know he's not going to be looking like Booker anytime soon again. I think he had his crazy game, and I think you saw who it was. Last time it was Gordon. I think Murray's going to be ineffective again. He might just get 20 points. I don't think he's going to. Tonight I'll say he goes even worse. I'll say he goes 6 of 21 for 20. How's that sound? Just because I don't think he's going to be the guy. And I think them losing is going to be contingent on him shooting pretty bad. And, you might have other guys do okay. But I just like the under on anything Murray. For his points, I like the under. Butler, I like the over. And as far as role players, I keep talking about Kyle Lowry, and he keeps quietly getting 12, 11, 13. And his over-under is usually 8 or 9 points. It's another game. I think Kyle Lowry is probably going over 10. Going to have a couple threes. So if you can get in on that prop, it's a good one. I've been talking about Bam. We've been doing great on his prop because last series he did so bad against Boston. I knew he was going to do 2010. And that's almost exactly what he's done. So Bam's been a great prop. And just in general, I think these props will do good. But yeah, I do like the Heat for a win tonight. For the reasons I went over, they just make sense to me. If it was a reach, I would say it. Okay, this is a little much. To me, it's not. To me, them winning a game, they have not won. Again, they have not come back in a series yet. I think if you're an underdog, that needs to be established at some point. You can't just run through everybody, never be behind, and then people say, "Oh, what a Cinderella team!" Not really. You can't be much of a Cinderella team if you're winning all the time and you're in the lead. So this is what makes sense for a Cinderella team. Everybody's counting them out. So Spoelstra and Butler and company reply with a decisive win. And yes, I say decisive. I know that sounds funny, but I actually think when they get their win here, it'll be decisive. So I think they're going to save the closer ones for game 6, 7. So I have a feeling the Heat win by, we'll say 113, just to be fun. We'll say 113 to 103. I'll have the final at, which kind of lines up a little bit with the over-under. I got to go on over a little bit, but pretty close. So because I've noticed a lot of times when underdogs do win, they almost win by the exact spread they were supposed to lose by. It's happened multiple times. Like a team's supposed to lose by 9, they win by 9. They're supposed to lose by 14, they win by 13. It happens a lot, so that's why I think they might win by around 9 points. So yeah, I'm still rolling with the Heat. Everyone else that is awesome, awesome job. Congratulations. Again, it's not like we could say they've done bad for us. We went 2-2 so far this finals, and the series in general, we're about 67% on them. So I think we continue to do well. Take care and happy earnings.